Hi, I'm Greg Chapman. I'd like to share with you a discovery that I made some 36 or 7 years ago as a 22-year-old. I was living in India, Bombay. I went there to claim my bride, a famous movie star who I met while attending college. I arrived wanting to look my best in my finest new off-the-rack ready-made Beverly Hills suits, and when I got there and started meeting our actor and producer friends, directors, politicians, I was mortified. I couldn't believe how they looked so much better than me. Within a day or two, I visited a tailor, and I was transformed. I couldn't believe the difference in the way my clothes looked, or the way that I looked, or that I felt. And what struck me as amazing over those years that I lived in India is when I needed something, my tailor simply sent it to me, and it was perfect. And I thought, something's really lacking in our Western world where we've had to turn to mass production, where one suit fits all, but it doesn't. And I recognized that I'd stumbled on something very special, and I decided to make a career of it. You see, with mass production, and they make suits according to one posture, just according to your chest size, but we all vary a great deal, both in the way we stand and in our distribution of measurements. Two people with the same chest size could stand completely different. One very erect, one very stooped, and different things are going to happen to that suit. The front panels need to be bigger here to keep it from popping open. The jacket tends to lift up in the back. As they stand erect, their arms hang back and they get wrinkles down the sleeve unless the sleeve is rotated into the armhole perfectly. People who stand stooped have another set of problems. Some people have sloping shoulders, some people have square shoulders. The man with sloping shoulders, the suit collapses, he gets wrinkles down the back. Some people have flat rear ends, some people round. If someone's rear end is flat and they get wrinkles down the back of their leg, it makes the rear end look flatter. They make the crotch depth of a ready-made suit proportioned according to how big your chest is. So it looks baggy and a ridiculous fit in the back. Whereas when your clothes are legitimately custom made by having an individual pattern made for you, the crotch depth is made proportionate according to what you need, not according to how big your chest is. So the clothes fit better, and you can eliminate the process of shopping. No fittings, no alterations. You gain weight, you lose weight, your size increases, but your posture and your structure doesn't at all. So this is a fabulous time-saving way to be able to continue to buy clothes for years and years, even from across the country. We have clients who we met one time 30 years ago, well-known professional athletes, politicians, people who've built file folders many times this size, ordering perfect clothes. In many cases, their wives or their assistants or their agents will order clothing for them. And it's all relative to the last order. Add an inch, subtract an inch, etc. It's a tremendous convenience. Our clothes are beautifully made as well, because they're made the way suits were made for hundreds of years. This is a Hymo canvas. And for hundreds of years, every ready-made suit as well as custom-made suit was made with this inside. The tailor would spend literally a week, many days of labor fastening the fabric to what's inside the suit. And that's what gives a suit its look of structure and body and makes it look expensive and consequently makes someone look successful. Today's suits are glued together because it's prohibitive, the cost of labor. A suit like this looks as good 25 years later as it does when it's brand new. This suit was made in March of 1990. It's 13 years old, and it's been worn many times. So this is what I call an investment approach to clothing. We'd love to be able to help dress you, even if you're across the country and we never have the opportunity to measure you personally. You can bring up our website and we'll walk you through how we can help you take a set of measurements that'll produce perfect fitting results in combination with photographs and posture evaluations. And you can enjoy our services as well, joining those of our clients who order from swatch sheets for tuxedos or blazers or suits or whatever it is they need. And then we'll just make it up relative to their pattern with any plus or minus measurements according to whatever's happened with your weight recently. We like to coordinate your shirts and ties. We even have a program called a wardrobe plan program that hundreds of our clients participate on, many of them for 35 years since we thought of it, where we set dates and you have a flow of clothing coming into your wardrobe and a great savings, I might add, as well. In fact, those savings can result in less expensive clothes than what you pay for in the stores, but with a far better fit and with far more convenience. This is Shay Gordon, who's a relatively new client of ours, and Shay's in the investment business, raising capital, and this particular suit just doesn't give him the look of success that he wants, and he's wise to have recognized that and consequently became a client. The suit doesn't fit him nearly as well as it should in a number of respects. Due to Shay's width of shoulders and his general physique and size, suits are cut too skimpy on him from here to here, and consequently they don't come up nice and close to where they should at what's called this collar box. So no matter how hard he tries, it's always going to jump away like this. Additionally, the suit has a drapey sort of a look to it because it doesn't have a canvas inside, which is how clothing has been made for hundreds of years in an effort to save money and keep production costs lower. Starting 20 or 25 years ago, they began fusing suits or gluing them together, so it doesn't have a look of construction that makes a suit look expensive, and consequently the person wearing it looks successful and as sharp. This has a drapey sort of a feel with extra fabric here, and there's nothing inside of it. It's been bonded together with glue. The jacket is not cut properly in the front and consequently exposes his crotch and hangs even higher in the back than it does in the front. So and then the back has a general drapey sort of a feel to it, rather than following the line of his back and having any kind of a tailored look. It just sort of hangs and just isn't as becoming as it should be. Turn around, cliche. The look of the suit inspires total confidence. It's crisp, it's got a nice line in the shoulder. The collar box fits him beautifully and hugs him nice and close to his neck. Typically, if you noticed in his other ready-made suits, they'll hang off the side of his neck like this. But because this is made for his proportions, it's close where it should be. The lapel falls smoothly. There's no extra fabric gathering here as there was in his ready-made suits, where he had a lot of extra bulk. But it's nice and clean, and there's no more fabric than he needs because this front panel's been cut for his shape, his chest, his size. You can see that the sleeves fall nicely, and the general silhouette and the look of the suit is smooth, covers his crotch as opposed to exposing his crotch the way his other suit did. And notice the pants just have a nice crease, and it's just a sharp total look that just exudes the look of a general, as opposed to in the ranking of civilians, a private or a major or a sergeant. He looks like he's fit to do business with anybody in this world based on the way he looks.
Invest just 1 hour of time with Greg Chapman, and for the rest of your life, you'll receive perfect fitting clothing, no matter your weight fluctuations, conveniently ordered by phone and shipped right to your door. Invest in your first impression. Call Greg Chapman Executive Tailored Clothes and start dressing for power, image, and success.